front men, and Sterling checks in trouble, and it's Jefferson puts it away.
Living reflections from a dream.
Alright guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Frangerine Dream with me, Grim Frandango. How's it going? Hope you all had a good Christmas. I certainly did. And now back to the bloody seaside with Blackpool. Back to getting shat on by seagulls and Doncaster Rovers, so fucking Happy New Year. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. It's been a fair while since I last seen you. We're sitting in second in League 2, just behind Doncaster, 1 point behind Doncaster after playing 30 games. It is mid-February, we have been through the transfer window, and I've got some stuff to tell you about. So there's a few boring bits. Kelvin Mellor, Armand Nandrier and Sam Slocum have all gone to Barrow on loan. Henry Cameron has gone on loan to Freddie Adou's York. And Mark Cullen, Jamil Matt, Eddie Nolan and Andy Taylor have all been let go on a free to make room for some of my new signings. There are some familiar faces in there, so I told you about a couple of these young lads. Jimmy Lockie is the most exciting one. He's played a few games for us. He's not lit up the league as of yet, but he did score a debut goal, which was very nice. Martin Cooper came in and looks like he might actually be a solid defensive midfielder. Paul Jones, the big Northern Irish centre-back, came in for 50 grand and is looking alright. His attributes are increasing, but he did give away a penalty in his only game for us so far. Jonathan Flack came in from Wolves for £20,000. He's a good young keeper. He's 22 years old, and he's got all the right attributes where you want him for a young keeper. I've listed him for loan because I want him to get first team football, and I'm not sure he'll get it here. But we'll come to that later. Bodrick's had a bit of a blip, but I'll come to that in a minute. Now then. This has happened. Yes, we have signed a 35-year-old right back / centre back or left back, not so sure, Tony Hibbert. He was a free agent since Ronald Koeman came in the summer at Everton and refused to renew his contract, a decision he would most definitely later regret. A stalwart, a legend, a loyal Evertonian. He came through the ranks there. He never played for another club. He made 267 appearances, which isn't that many, with 0 goals scored famously. And now he's signed for League 2 Blackpool on a free transfer. He's only on £775 a week as well, so very reasonable there. But look at these mental stats. He is the bravest defender you will meet. He is very determined, very aggressive, good positioning, teamwork, work rate, tackling, marking, heading, strength, stamina, agility, balance. He's fucking brilliant. He just doesn't have much pace, and he can't score a goal. Do you know, I am flabbergasted he's got 5 for finishing, because how does anyone know? He's never taken a shot in his life. But yeah, that is that is arguably the biggest signing so far. Tony Hibbert, former Premier League player, has come to League 2 Blackpool. He's made 2 appearances and done solidly. He's got 6.65, and that was, when he was massively lacking match sharpness. So not too bad. Another face that might be familiar to a few people is Theo Robinson. I've known about Theo for quite a few years. I used to follow Huddersfield Town for a bit, and I started around the time Theo was there. And he's basically just fucking a lightning quick striker. So I thought, international striker. He's not got much. He's got a bit of flair, anticipation, determination, bit of work rate, but these physical stats are just incredible. And I signed him from Lincoln for absolutely nothing. Lincoln are in the league below us, and he scored 13 goals in 27 appearances so far this season. So not bad. I thought, he's a good player to have on the bench. He can come on, use that pace when the defenders are getting a bit tired, and cause a bit of havoc. So he's a pretty exciting player to have around. And we've got another seasoned Premier League player / England international. Carlton Cole has joined Blackpool. 33 years old. Again, he was a free agent. He was released by Sacramento Republic in the USA after making precisely no appearances for them. and he's already declining, which is quite nice. But if you look at him, he's still a hell of a target man. He's still very strong, got great jumping reach, great heading, finishing, good passing and pace and teamwork and work rate and all that fucking juicy mental goodness. So yeah, he has come in, he has made 2 appearances from the bench and been fouled a few times and got a decent average rating. So yeah, England international Carlton Cole is on the books. Good to have you, Carlton. So that's a nice bit of excitement. We've gotten rid of a lot of the shit that was clogging up the team, like Mark Cullen, Nandrier, Slocum, Matt, Nolan, Taylor, Mellor, etc. All the shit that was clogging up the team. And we've brought in some good seasoned players like Hibbert, Robinson and Cole. And we've brought in some exciting young players like Flatt, Jones, Cooper, Lockie. Getting a good mix of experience and potential in there. Oh, excellent stuff. So yeah, last time I spoke to you was way back in early December when we won on Fleetwood after penalties. We've had mixed results since then. We went out of both of the cups to Plymouth on penalties in that replay after the 4-all, which I wasn't too happy about, which meant that Plymouth went on to play Arsenal. How did they do, actually? And Plymouth went on to actually lose respectably to Arsenal. They lost 2-1 at their place. So, not too bad. Oh, David Goodwillie in the 89th minute. Maybe making it look a little bit more respectable than it actually was. But nevertheless, we would love to lose 2-1 to Arsenal. But no use crying over spilt milk. What else has happened? Mixed results in the league. We have won 6, if I'm looking at this right, drawn 3, and lost 2 in the league since I last saw you. So pretty good form, but it's still not been enough to put us top. Doncaster are still scraping that, but the goal for today is to climb above them. And today's video will include Portsmouth away and Crewe at home. Tricky ties, I think. We're going to be without Clark Robertson for the Portsmouth game. He is suspended after picking up a staggering 10 yellow cards. He's out for this game and the Crewe game. But yeah, Portsmouth are another team who've sort of followed the Blackpool trajectory, and you'd expect them to do quite well in the league. I think last time we beat them, yeah, we just scraped a 1-0 win, and that was at our place. But who knows, we have added quality to the ranks since then. And Crewe are a solid mid-table side, it looks like. They are 13th in the league. We have played them already and beat them 2-0 away. So this should be fucking child's play. Oh, they're the bastards that injured Vassell and Potts. Ooh, it's payback time then. Bloody payback time. But anyway, this is the lineup for today's match. We're going with a standard flexible 4-1-2-3. It's going to be Bobdrick in goal, Tiendale, Williamson, Aldred and Timon across the back, with Pugh just in front of those 2 centre-backs. Kane and Payne are the midfield duo, and Owen Rees-Jones, that is the Welshest name I've ever seen, Owen Rees-Jones and Mark Yates on the wings, setting up Danny Philliskirk. What could go wrong with this well-oiled machine? You'll notice neither Theo Robinson or Carlton Cole have started a game yet. Well, Robinson is at full fitness, but he's going to be more of an impact sub to start with. Cole is still not back to match sharpness, so he won't be playing today. Tony Hibbert is just getting back to match sharpness, but I don't want to just oust Dwight Tiendale to shove Hibbert into the team, so he will be on the bench as well. Oh, it's one of these games, beautiful. One of the best defences in the league in Portsmouth goes up against one of the most potent attacking teams in Blackpool. What did I fucking set out to do? Well, I set out to get us back into the Premier League, but playing swashbuckling, attacking, entertaining football. Righto, so this is the team that we are going up against today. David Ford, the proven Irish goalkeeper, is in goal. Keown, Burgess, Clark and Ender Stevens across the back. Diakite and Close in front of them. Gary Roberts, Chaplin, Laukovic and Smith are the attacking 4. We're going to start in standard, but I'm going to try and control the game. I'm going to try and knock it about in this sort of area, in the middle third. Gary Roberts, by the way, I know he's a threat from that right wing, because he was playing at Huddersfield Town at the same time Theo Robinson was. And I saw them both together, and they were both pretty good. Pretty good for Huddersfield, especially Roberts. He was a fantastic player. It looks like he's lost a bit of pace, being 32 years old, and that'll happen. But look at this. What a utility man, and such great quality as well. His wages though, look at that, £4 grand a week. That is way too rich for our blood. Billy Clark smashed our wage structure when we gave him £2 grand a week. Roberts is on double that. Here we go, first highlight of the day. Close, knocks it far away. So, something to think about. Chaplin to Gary Roberts. Gary Roberts steps inside Chaplin. What can he do? He gives it back to Roberts. I've got to get someone on Gary Roberts. He's scaring me. Close. Close. Where's he going? He's found Gary Roberts again. Still Roberts. Plays it through for Chaplin. That's a brilliant ball. Chaplin. He's made it 1-0. I didn't act fast enough. Right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Jack Payne is going to be the one sticking to Gary Roberts. It's a little unorthodox. But Gary Roberts is cutting inside anyway. So, fuck it. Get Jack Payne on him. Try and nullify his threat. That's what we need to do. Colin Chaplin has scored his 9th goal of the season. Did not need that. Did not need that at all. And we dropped to 3rd as it stands. Unbelievable. Look at this. Roberts just striding across the pitch. Lovely through ball into space. Chaplin left the defenders in his wake. Bloody stabbed it past Bobdrick. Shit. Gary Roberts, where's my marker? Yates has gone through Diakite. Yates has given away a penalty. Oh, we're not even 15 minutes in. This just isn't working. Fucking clearly, this isn't working. Gary Roberts steps up. Go on, Bobdrick. Straight in the top corner. Right, changes are required, guys. 15 minutes in. And you know what they say? The best laid plans of mice and men, something. Which means you can plan all you like, but you're just going to get fucked over anyway. So just go back to the attacking formation. I think that's what he meant when he said that thing. So we go back to the 4-2-3-1, and 15 minutes in, Danny Pugh is being replaced by Billy Clark. I don't know how Danny Pugh will take that, especially because he's not featured prominently this season. But he's going to have to put up with it. Brilliant penalty, Gary Roberts. Bloody hell, if I had £4 grand a week. Let's get on the front foot. Billy Clark. Michael Caine getting on the ball. Keown, that's a loose pass, but Burgess has got there, but Phyllis Kirk nicks it. Phyllis Kirk forces a save from forward. Sorry about the menus. And we've got a corner. Blackpool corner. Here we go. We are way outnumbered in their box. They've got everyone back defending this. Mark Yates crosses it in. It's gone straight through, but it gets cleared by one of the many Pompey men in the box. Jack Payne to Williamson, and that's it. Okay, Ford, long ball out to Roberts, but Timon gets there ahead of him. Good lad. That's where we can beat Roberts, with Timon's pace. Billy Clark. Ah, that's a loose pass. Burgess gets it away, but only as far as Williamson. He's put it onto the right wing for Owen Jones. Owen Rees-Jones, the Welshest man alive, gives it to Phyllis Kirk, gives it to Clark. It's 2-1. 30 minutes have passed, and Blackpool have dragged themselves back in with a shout. It's 2-1. Whoa. Brilliant, just drilled pass. I thought Phyllis Kirk had fucked it up. Let's just see that again, because they were moves no other human has made before. What are you doing there, Danny? Oh, he tries the back heel. Falls over. And it gets cleared against his standing foot. As I'm sure he intended. And then he does like a little... that thing that gymnasts do when they land. Do you know when they land and they just stick their arms out? As in... wasn't that fucking special? That's what he did. After that tragic move. Anyway, 2-1. Josh Timon has been booked, which is not what we need, because we need him nullifying Gary Roberts. And Owen Jones has been injured. He's got a thigh strain or a dead leg, depending on which source you go with. Right. I'm not going to agree with you there, Brad. I'm not going to tell them that they've not been good enough. because we've been on the up since that second goal. I'm going to tell them, unlucky, look at this shit. They love it. I'm like a father figure to these bastards. No changes to be made. Owen Jones can put on a brave face. Go on, lad. We need you. We need you. He's actually, I think he's still our second top scorer for the season, Owen Jones. The man who, in all honesty, I had no sort of high hopes for at the start of the season. He was just someone who could play that role of being a right winger with a left foot. And he's been bloody brilliant. I'll show you a few stats after this match, but here comes a Pompey highlight. Diakite puts it through for Gary Roberts. Can he pick one of these guys out? Smith's there. Oh, Michael Smith has made it 3-1, and they deserve it. Pompey deserve everything they are reaping. Look at this. Gary Roberts used his pace somehow. Oh, that's right. My replays are still really slow from before. To get past Josh Tyman. He drilled it across. Bobdrick. You know what? I think it is time to give young Wolves goalkeeper Flat a game, because Bobdrick has not been up to scratch for quite a few weeks now. And Owen Jones is injured. So Billy Clark takes Owen Jones's place on the right wing, and lucky you guys, it's time to see Jimmy Lockie for the first time. I was so happy when he came on for the first time, and he scored a goal in a win. I'll dig it out after this match. But yeah, fucking brilliant feeling. Do you know when you unearth a diamond and they score on the debut? Brilliant feeling. Oh, we've given it away to Pompey. Hyam's found Laukovic. Our fullbacks are pushed too high up. I'll have to bring them back for the sake of balance. But it might be too late. But here's Jimmy Lockie. Clark. Optimistic ball upfield. And it's back with Pompey. With one of their danger men, Laukovic. And now it's Smith. And they're outnumbering us. Chaplin gets through. Bobdrick with a good save. Right. I'm going to bring the fullbacks back to fullback automatic. And do you know what? I'm going to put the inside forwards onto attack and take off this overlap. Come on, we're not out of this yet. Pompey have been by far the better team, but we are not out of it yet. Laukovic's cross. Headed away by Williamson. Good lad. Diakite. Laukovic. Cross it in. Aldred heads it away. Keown to Gary Roberts. I flinch every time he gets on the bloody ball. Mark Yates. Tearing away. That's a shocking ball, Mark. I tell you what, he's another one that's been struggling for quite a few weeks, Mark Yates. He's not been good. It's through for Philliskirk. Danny Philliskirk smashes it home. Good lad, set up by Yeats. Literally milliseconds after I was bad-mouthing him. Yeats, you're a twat. Do it again. Yeats, brilliant. First time ball into the path of Philliskirk. Ford made one of the worst attempts at a save I've ever seen. But that seems to be a trend on Footy Manager 2017. Jack Payne has picked up a gashed head, and I'm going to keep him on just so we get that. Just so if we see a 3D replay again, he will have the bandage on his head. I think that's a really nice touch. Here's Chaplin. Chaplin's through. Bobdrick saves. I think Bobdrick has restored his reputation enough to keep his place for next game now. But you know what? Tiendali is not having a good game at all. And you know what that means? Tony Hibbert comes on. I tell you what. Not only is our goal now to get to the Premier League playing swashbuckling football, it is also to get Tony Hibbert his first career goal. And in the interest of getting Tony Hibbert his first career goal, we're going to... really shouldn't be fucking around like this, but we're going to give him free kicks. We're going to get him on penalties, obviously. And we're going to get him in the box for attacking set pieces. It's crossed in for Portsmouth. Luke Hyam's there. For fuck's sake. Get Tony Hibbert on the pitch. Here he comes, number 2. Where's Thingy with his gashed head? There he is. Looking like Mother Teresa. What can we do though? Let's at least see Tony Hibbert have a kick. I need this. Rose to Chaplin. Now Rose. Now Close. Yeats. What a ball. Brilliant diagonal ball to Billy Clark. He's getting away. Billy Clark crosses it to the far post. Danny Philliskirk is unmarked. He takes his time. He takes forever. Mark Yeats has scored. It's 4-3. It's 4-3 and we have got 2.5 minutes of injury time to go. We go overload. We go take more risks. We go route one, pump ball into the box. All this shit. Just as much as we can do. Right. Tony Hibbert throws it in. That'll do for me. Diakite's long ball. You wanker. And now we've got 6 seconds left and I have a sinking feeling nothing else will happen. Bobdrick ensures that nothing else will happen. Brilliant. Brilliant. Fucking hell. Cheers, Bobdrick. I mean, it was disappointing, but we are away from home and we scored 3 goals against one of the best defences in the league. We did concede too many though, so I'm saying we were unlucky, but I'm going to say to the defence, I'm disappointed. I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. Ah, did not need this. Right. Owen Jones is out for 3 to 6 weeks with a thigh strain, so we'll leave that to physio because that's the only choice. Jack Payne has got a gashed head and we will leave him to the doctor. Why on earth would I take one of these options? Why would I want him out for 2 weeks when he can be out for 3 days? That's madness. Woof. Jack Payne has picked up a 3-match ban after collecting a detestable 15 yellow cards. What on earth do you have to say for yourself, Jack Payne? Bloody hell. So this is the goal I was talking about. This is during a 4-2 win against Crawley. It was 1-0 at the time. It was Jimmy Lockie's debut. He started as a central attacking midfielder. And I thought I'd just show you the goal. Aldred wins the ball near the halfway line, gives it to Jimmy Lockie, and he starts the whole bloody thing off. Philliskirk runs forward to Billy Clark on the left wing. Cross to Kane. Look at Lockie running across here. Higham on the left, crosses it in for Jamie Lockie who tucks it away. Brilliant. Brilliant on his debut. It says 4th goal of his season because he scored a few for Stockport. Yeah, that was very satisfying, but since then he's not really done much. But you know, he's still growing. So this is how we're looking stats wise, by the way. I said I'd give it a mention during the match. Billy Clark is the top scorer so far. That's good. He's sort of indicated the price tag, the hefty, I think was it £300,000 we paid for him? I think it was. So Billy Clark leads the scoring with 12 goals, just in front of Danny Philliskirk and Owen Jones, who are on 10 each. Then it's Michael Caine on 6, Jack Redshaw and Mark Yates on 4 each. And a few other players have got 1 or 2 or 3 goals to their name. Assist-wise, Billy Clark is also leading that on 12, further vindicating his price tag. Josh Timon just behind him because he's a bloody beast at left back. He is on 10 assists. And again, Danny Philliskirk and Owen Jones just behind on 7 each. Dwight Tyndall is on 6, Mark Yates on 5, Michael Caine on 3. Average rating is a tie between Billy Clark and Tom Aldred. Tom Aldred has been bloody solid at centre-back so far. I can't really have any complaints about him at all. He's just been absolutely solid. We could do with a really solid centre-back next to him. Robertson is good when he plays, but he spent quite a bit of that first half of the season either injured or suspended, so that's not been great. But yeah, Billy Clark and Tom Aldred leading the way. Owen Jones, predictably, is just behind him. Caine and Robertson just behind him on 7.08. And Dwight Tyndall and Josh Timon just behind them. So yeah, some very impressive performances, particularly from the players I brought in, which is very nice to see. So, it won't be too much of a surprise to note that I have changed the team around a bit from the last game. We are back to the attacking 4-2-3-1. We are going swashbuckling attacking football again. And this is the team. Bobdrick is in goal. Tony Hibbert makes his 3rd start for the club at right back. Aldred, Paul Jones making only a 2nd appearance for the club. And Timon across the back. McAllister partners Caine in the middle. because Payne is obviously suspended after his horrendous 15 yellow cards. And the front four, we have got Billy Clark, Danny Philliskirk and Mark Yates behind Carlton Cole getting his first start for the club, so that is very exciting. And we've got three quality players driving forward. I've set the inside forwards to attack rather than support. They're going to be all driving forward into that space where Carlton Cole is just knocking shit down left, right and centre. I am also going to go more direct for this game as well, just so we get the passes into Carlton Cole earlier. But I'm quite excited, I'm quite optimistic. It's a new way of playing for the club, but I think we can make it work. And it turns out I should have done my homework a bit better, because they're playing that Juve style 3-2-3-2. So it might be that this doesn't work at all and we have to go to the 4-4-1-1 with the packed midfield four. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. Shit, should have seen this coming. Have we got a highlight already? Is it just the intro? McAllister, good ball to Tony Hibbert. What a cross that is, but Garrett plucks it out the air before Cole can get onto it. Oh, if Tony Hibbert crosses it in for a Carlton Cole goal, that'll be bloody brilliant. League 2 this is. I'll forgive you for thinking it was the Premiership. Right, there's 36 minutes gone. And it's been a bit of a nothing game. We're just having pot shots, it looks like. We've had one half chance. More possession and passes completed, but it's going to be really tricky to find a way through. I'm not going to abandon this formation just yet. I'm going to give it until half time. But I am going to tell them to go route one and pump the ball into the box, just so we can sort of force Carlton Cole to be the spearhead of the team. So I want to see how it works. But yeah, if this doesn't work by half time, if we've not scored, I think I'll go back to the 4-4-1-1. We have got our first proper highlight of the day. Carlton Cole just nodded onto no one. Bloody flawless that. That's what we've been working on in training all week. It's a long ball down the left-hand side for them, but it's headed back by Hibbert. Now it's Kane to McAllister. Back to Michael Kane. Shitty ball forward, it's cut out. And now it's back to Storer, to Bingham. Oh, Crew are just content to play it fucking slow. Bingham to Storer. To Turton. Charging up the right-hand side. Drills it in for Storer. Of course the first highlight has resulted in a bloody Crew goal. Not a big fan of the way this has turned out, I'll be honest with you. It was a good move. It was a good move, to be fair to him, but it was very easy. Jones just let Storer past him, and it's 1-0 to Crew. And now they've got a throw-in. This could be interesting. Bobdrick comes and collects it. Okay, what can we do? What can we do? Billy Clark's up there on his own. The Crew players are charging backwards. He's not hit it near Billy Clark, which is a bad choice, but Billy Clark is through on goal. Billy Clark hits it past Garrett. Good lad, we are straight back in it after about 3 minutes. And since I made that change 6 minutes ago, the match has sort of come to life. Long ball over the top for Billy Clark, and he he hit it straight at Garrett, who parried it into the net, as so often happens at the minute on Funny Manager. But here they come again. Here come Crew. It's Turton on the right hand side. Bingham plays it through for Storer, who's got past Jones again. Storer forces a good save from Bobdrick. I might have to take Paul Jones off. He's averaging a 6.3 and has been booked. And to be honest, Tyman's not a lot better. He's not been booked, but he's not been great. He got 6.3 last match in the defeat against Pompey as well. Okay, I'm going to drop the fullbacks back a bit. Dwight Tyndall has come on for Josh Tyman, and Will.i.am's son has come on for Paul Jones. So hopefully that just sort of solidifies us a bit. Right. Okay, Crew in possession as another highlight starts. Not good. Bakayoko running down the left wing. What can he do? It's a crossfield ball. Bingham nodded onto Storer, who I'm quickly beginning to hate. It's through to James Jones. Now Hollands to Jones. Bakayoko again on the left. He's closed down by Tony Hibbert. Tony Hibbert trips him with 2 feet. Ah, what did I do to deserve this? How has it gone so wrong? Right, for fuck's sake. Right, okay, I think this works. We're going to a 4-3-1-1. So we've got Tiandali back over on the right hand side to cover for Tony Hibbert. Danny Pugh on the left hand side to cover for him. Mark Yates has dropped back into the central midfield 3, and we've got Billy Clark behind Carlton Cole. And I've again not been able to bring Theo Robinson on because I've been using my subs for other stuff. I really want to bring Theo Robinson on to make some kind of an impact, but it's not happened again. I've brought on fucking 3 defenders, and the what was that? The free kick was played straight over the top. Storer got away from Aldred, nodded it over Bobdrick, who didn't even look like he tried. It's 2-1. Oh. Right, I don't often utilise these touchline team talks, but I just think they could do with me going fucking mental at them to show some passion on the touchline. Oh. I don't even know if that's gone through yet. I don't think it has, but another highlight starting. Dagnall is through. You'd think I'd drop the defensive line back to stop this happening, but Bobdrick takes the cross. What are you going to do, Bobdrick? Give it to one of ours. Give it to Carlton Cole. There's a good lad. Guthrie beats Carlton Cole in the air. Ainley plays it over the top looking for Dagnall, but Will.i.am's son gets there first. He plays it up to Carlton Cole. Now Mark Yates. Okay. This is good. Mark Pugh. Danny Pugh even. Carlton Cole. Good ball through. Billy Clark. Gets some space. He fucking squeezes it below Garrett. Oh, Billy Clark gets his 14th goal of the season. And with that, I'm going to drop this weird 4-3-1-1 formation back to standard flexible. Because I don't think we need to stay attacking. We've got our defensive line pushed up way too high. They keep breaking 3. Good goal. Good goal, Billy Clark. Second of the day. Good lad. Oh. I don't know where we'd be this season if we didn't have Billy Clark. He's been brilliant. He's been the main man. He has been a Trequarista. He has justified me trying to pronounce that word over and over again. Trequarista. And I don't think there's going to be time for another highlight. We're just going to watch us knock it about for a minute until someone just clears it upfield or gives it to the goalkeeper or knocks it out for a throw-in, or Carlton Cole just pisses it away on the right wing, or Mark Yates. There we go. 2-2 draw against Crewe. Not great. To be honest, Billy Clark has broken us out of jail there. Tony Hibbert. Oh, I had such high hopes. I was so excited to show you Tony Hibbert had signed for Blackpool. And on his video debut, he's been sent off for a 2-footed challenge. And we're being asked about it by Nama Banano, which is just fucking fine. Naama Banano, who is friendly and good-humoured, as you would have to be with a name like Naama Banano. Will Tony Hibbert be featuring in my first team plans again soon? What a question. Usually in this situation I go for this option. He might sit out 1 or 2 matches to make sure he learns the error of his ways, but he's 35. He knows what he's doing now. He's an experienced player. He knows you can't go in like that, so he's not going to learn his lesson. I do need to speak with him though to make sure what we expect at Blackpool. We couldn't afford to be weakened when he got sent off. We're very lucky to get away with a point. Even though the stats show that we were on top, we had the most pot shots out of anyone. We couldn't afford to be weakened, and we are now out of touch with the top spot. Luton have gone clear of Doncaster at the top, and 4 points clear of me. So that's not great. I'm going to give Jack Storer a cheeky scout as well. That striker in the last match against Crewe, he was a bloody nightmare to deal with. He's a target man, and he's 19 years old. But he is on loan from Birmingham. But, you know, maybe we can get him on loan next season if we need to. His attributes aren't great, but he absolutely bossed us that game. Oh, and that's where I'm going to leave it for today's video, guys. It's been a disappointing one, having conceded 6 fucking goals in 2 games and scored 5. Fair enough, but conceded 6. So, not quite good enough. What I'm going to do, the next video is going to be the season finale. We're going to play 3 matches. We're going to play Cheltenham, Notts County and Leyton Orient. The final 3 games of the season. And hopefully it will be to decide if we win the league. Or even, I would take, if we get an automatic promotion spot. Which is looking pretty good at the minute, but if we play like we did in the last 2 matches for these matches, then I wouldn't be too sure. But yeah, I will see you in a few days for those last 3 games of the season. I hope you all had a great Christmas. Make sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and go and check out the other videos me and Freddie are doing. Freddie has got a Road to Glory save going with York City, also on the Waste to Talent channel, and me, Franny Jeffers and Freddie Ado have just started a head coach challenge save where we've taken over Bundesliga clubs, and that is a lot of fun, so make sure you go and check that out. But other than that, I will see you next time. Bye.